So wait, does Samson actually say that?
Yeah. I just didn't want to verbally get in the way of their conversation.
So Samson says, "Good morning to Zanzibar." Who's just huddled under the window with his arms wrapped around the staff. You just see him open his eyes and say, "What time is it?"
And? Think.
Interesting. Very interesting. And he'll just tap the staff on the ground and use it to help himself up. Another day, more work to be done.
Wait a minute. Samson's going to slowly...
Touch his hair.
No, he's gonna walk up and slowly reach out to the staff. Like, with his left hand.
This seems like a smart thing to be doing.
And as you reach for you're just gonna... What are you doing?
Ow! It's almost as if it's like getting out of a trance. You could be like, huh? What? Sorry. That... It looked just like my dream.
Your dream?
Yeah, I had a dream that, I think I just got into a fight with someone, and I killed them. And, like, one hand was, like, buried straight into their chest, and the other one grabbed a hold of that staff. And it felt like I got thrown into the sun. Something. It was awful.
And as you're staring off into space, you'll just see Zanzibar's hand reach under and grab your shirt. And he'll just pull you gently over the wall and set you up against it. Tell
Kinky.
me everything. Spare no detail.
Okay. And then Samson will repeat the dream the exact way that you repeated it. Probably with not as many words of, like, imagery.
Yeah.
A lot less eloquently and a lot more. Samson?
Aw, thank you.
And then he'll just finish up with then. That's when I woke up and my head was splitting. I thought whatever Emmett hit me with just gave me a weird case of nightmares.
A weird case of nightmares, one thing. A complete photographic reinterpretation of the death of the god of the sun is a lot different.
Also, this entire time, Samson's legs are dangling like a kid sitting on a stool that's too high for him.
Oh my god, I had the same mental image.
Zanzibar was just didn't even realize he was picking you off.
Because I assume he was pinned to the wall the whole time.
He was pinned to the wall, but like, it is funny to think that he might have actually just been lifting you off your feet.
Oh, that's exactly what I assume, because Zanzibar's like, what, 7 feet tall?
He's 7 even, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I assume that he was just lifting Samson up so that they were, like, more or less on the same level.
And he'll just, you know, after he finishes that statement, he'll just set you gently down back on your feet.
And then Samson is going to reach his left hand out again, but not for the staff this time, but to put it like on Zanzibar's shoulder. He's like, oh, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
That's a big can of suck.
I'm more concerned with why you're in my head.
This is the second, third time.
Yeah.
Why does that keep happening?
I don't know. But perhaps until I do know, maybe let's not advertise the fact that you're in my head.
I mean, you're the only one I've really told this to. Well, in detail.
Good. The specific let's just have it be a nightmare. The specific details are not exactly necessary.
Yeah.
But if this happens again, you tell me.
How will I know if it happens again?
Splitting headache, feeling like you're going to be completely nauseous, waking up feeling like your bones have been ripped out of your body, pretty much any severe feeling of misery, pain, awfulness.
That drinking can't fix.
Well, if we're talking about things drinking can actually fix, then it's still nothing.
It helped.
Yeah, for a time, until you're so blitzed out of your mind you don't even remember 1 week to the next.
I'm not that bad.
I mean, yet. You're still
I'm working
partly
on it.
functional. Yeah, until your kidneys and liver give out, and then you're as bad as your mother.
Hey,
Do you
Your
want...
mom is so sick.
Oh my god.
She
Your mom is
contract...
so sick, her son has to go throw his life away just to get money for her to heal.
oh, so she's American.
Yeah. No, she's Varisian.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. She contracted her illness. You drink the way you want to, and you'll just give it to yourself.
That's one thing. You know that the only thing I don't tolerate is any bad talk about my mama.
I wasn't bad talking her, I was bad talking you.
Oh. Well, then
Simpleton.
continue.
And then he just flicks him in the forehead.
Ow! My hair!
Congratulations, you're not bald.
Woohoo!
And
then
don't
Sammy's-
touch the staff.
Will do. And Samson's going to grab all his hair tie stuff that he had like on the nightstand and run over to the mirror and just do up his hair back.
And Zanzibar will just stand in the background of the mirror and continue talking to you. I am serious, Samson. It's not a fact that I'll punish you. This staff is a genuine magic item. It was Salatus's. It will immolate you. Right, big word. Will burn you to ashes.
Listen, I already went through that once, and I'm lucky I woke up. Trust me, I'm past the point where I'm gonna play around with anything that you got locked up in here. Lord knows it'll do to me.
For clarification, what you felt in the dream was the death throes of a god.
So is it gonna be like that when, you know, we're taking care of business?
Pretty much. If you don't obliterate a god and they die of natural causes, well, depending on how powerful they actually are, yes, the results are devastating. All that power and energy has to go somewhere.
Even if a little atom's thrown their way?
Potentially. Adam may help. But there is something that you don't calculate for. Adam does actually have a threshold. If you overwhelm the actual physical material you have, what you get is even more destructive. Imagine overfilling something that's attempting to feed to the point where it bursts. Same concept. Gods have a lot more energy than you could imagine. After all, if you look at a map of this continent, at least a good 50% to 3/4 of it is obliterated from the death of one being who was about my height. That's a lot of distance compared to the body. Do you really think a tiny little bullet is going to absorb all of that? Atom only absorbs until it reaches equilibrium, and once it reaches equilibrium, then it's normal. Exceed that equilibrium and it explodes.
I'll make sure to keep that in mind. Actually, that leads me to a question I was thinking of.
Yes?
Any way you can fashion me a piece of atom about, like... And Simpson's gonna make, like, a thing that's just, like, a grain of rice.
I didn't even realize Simpson has Snowdrop.
No, Nim sent him up there.
Yeah,
Bite
To eavesdrop.
tassels!
to snowdrop, eavesdrop.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you asking?
Yes.
He's going to talk about... I lost my train of thought because the baby showed up.
Something about Samson wanting Adam the size of a grain of rice.
Yes.
What could you need a piece of Adam that small for?
To feed to Nim. I'm kidding.
Yay!
Not yay.
And...
Nim aside.
And he is going to point to... he's going to, like, turn around, like... Since he's been, like, turned around to Zanzibar away from the mirror, he's just gonna point at his, like, left ear and be like, well, I was thinking that if I could get a piece of Adam to make me immune to magic, put something I could take in and out, it'd help for when I'm up, you know, getting a little outclassed by someone who can cast from so far away.
You're considering the possibility of dosing.
Well, I figure anything permanent would do me no good. But if I got like a little piece I can take in and out somewhere that won't, you know, cause me to start bleeding every time I remove it.
It's a good thought in theory, but there are a couple of issues. Mainly being that the injection of Adam into a body isn't exactly desirable. For you, you might be fine, but if you want to walk everywhere feeling absolutely nauseous or on the verge of being sick, then yeah, it's one thing. There's a benefit to be had, but at the same time, Samson, it's not exactly worth it. Like I've said before, everything has some level of magic, whether it's small enough to be negligible or large enough to be incredible. The same thing results. Adam eats magic. It consumes and absorbs the forces that make things alive, that make things be. If you have that as a piercing in your body, it's going to always make you feel bad.
Even if I can take it out?
For as long as it's in your ear, yes. If that's actually something you want to consider, there are people that do that, but it's not something I would do.
No. From what you've been saying, it seems like I don't have enough magic to make anything magical worthwhile, so I might as well lean into it, you know? And I don't intend to keep it in at all times, just when it might be helpful.
You're thinking outside the box, and that is commendable. The fact that you're willing to take such risks shows a level of devotion to the cause. And I'm not entirely inclined to deny you, but there is just the itching thing that bothers me. As he kind of just starts rubbing his chin. The more Adam you have around you, the more of a detriment you could be. Not to me, but one slipped dagger, one misplaced bullet, and it's all of a sudden getting used against you. And by you, I don't just mean you. As he kind of points with his thumb to the other room. A piece of armor's fine. It's very unlikely that somebody's going to crack the armor, rip off a piece, and start using it as a knife, but earrings, small piercings, bullets left behind. You're making a good step into thinking about what the battle's going to be like and how you deal with the situations in it, but you also have to remember all the things that can be used against you. As some tacticians say in war, every single bullet fired is a bullet that can be reshelled and fired back. Every keg of gunpowder lost in a retreat can eventually fire a cannon that will hit your soldiers once more. The same thing applies here. I won't discourage you if you really want to do it, but...
I won't discourage you, but here's a whole bunch of reasons to not do that.
There's a whole bunch of reasons to consider why it's not the best idea.
Exactly.
That is discouraging.
No.
No, it's making somebody aware of everything that they're not, that they may not be aware of.
What?
I saw a funny thing.
Unless... What is going on?
Huh?
What?
Oh no, I'm just trying to catch myself up on your side convo.
Oh, yeah, Caleb probably told Nim some things. Maybe one thing, maybe more things. I haven't decided yet. I'll tell Shay.
Snowdrop's just like, rapier! What? You could talk?
I like
right
that
here in town.
Caleb said something about her backstory, and it was like, you want to do a pose so I can draw?
Draw. You can talk while it happens. It makes for interesting development. I thought you were memeing, that's why.
I was, but then I was like, also, she should try saying at least something after saying she would try to say things.
And
Yeah,
Zanzibar's gonna walk over and sit on the bed and look at you. You make some good strides. You may not be the most intelligent person, but you have a clever tact and wit to make you formidable with the best of them. For example, though you kind of underestimated the effects of Adam, you used the tower's Eve in order to bolster your own ability to Misty Step, allowing you to subvert everything placed in front of you and get right to the target. That's incredibly good thinking. But leaning into Adam, well, there are sometimes people who make great effect of that, but it also limits other possibilities. It's a form of min-maxing.
Samson, what I'm saying is you're a munchkin, and I want you to stop trying to min-max in my game. Or I'm going to put this up on Reddit, and you're going to get downvoted to oblivion.
Samson, have you ever heard of an R/ratio? Just because you don't have magic, or at least enough magic to really make a difference compared to what you're fighting, doesn't mean that the little bit you do have is worth ignoring. Take everything into account. Try and use whatever little bit you have, no matter whether it's a material, an armor, a weapon, magic, non-magic. You never know what might make the difference. Just because I have a lot of magical power doesn't mean I actually always use it. Sometimes it's just bare fists and whatever I pick up. That kind of ingenuity allows you to be versatile, and that versatility makes you almost entirely impossible to predict. If you're walking around with an Adam earring in your ear all the time, well then, unless you take it off, everybody knows that you're not going to do anything magical. And just because you know that you can't perform like them, tossing out fireballs and lightning strikes, creating entire pools of water, not everybody else knows that. For all anybody else knows, you could have 2 guns and a lightning storm shoved right under your armpit.
Samson's gonna hold back the need to, like, smell.
Smells electrifying. Hopefully I'm making some amount of sense.
You're making good sense.
And after all, even if you prevent somebody from using magic against you, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't run your fist through your skull.
Well,
And Zanzibar's just gonna snap his fingers twice, and Snowdrop's gonna run over to him and go up on his layup. And Zanzibar will just give Snowdrop head scritches while he talks to Samson. Scritches, scritches, scritches.
making a good point. Making a lot of good points.
Of course I am. After all, I do know a little something about fighting and surviving.
I'm just trying to think about what else I can do. I never thought about having it in permanently. Maybe if we can make one that looks just like it, but just some regular metal. Maybe even give it a test run, see how it works. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to figure out my options. I can do one magical thing. And that's pretty much all I got. But from what I can guesstimate, magic got like levels, right?
Under the normal way of thinking had by the wild world, yes. Magical spells and other incantations, sorceries, etc., so on and so forth, are graded on a scale considered from the first level to the 9th, with magic that is considered weaker than that being referred to as a cantrip, something that doesn't take a lot of energy and thus can be performed at nigh infinite.
Is there any way I can learn something like that, even?
A cantrip?
To come in handy.
Theoretically, it's possible. But you also focus a little too much on the fact that you have one innately magical thing. I don't think you realize just how important that one thing is. In combat, yes, there are incredibly defensive things you can do, woefully destructive things you can do. But sometimes being able to get out of the way or get behind an opponent is the most important thing of all. You haven't seen it, but when I fight, well, I don't snap my fingers for nothing. Warping and teleporting, moving fast. It can make you almost impossible to hit, and then you don't need defense. And if you can't be hit, well, then theoretically you can just slap somebody upside the head until they stop thinking.
I can only do it once. I've tried to do it more than once. I mean, sure, after a good night's rest, I can do it again, but it's not even on command.
You focus so much on Adam, and yet it just occurs to me that you never actually thought much about Eve.
It's because for him it's Adam and Steve.
Adam and Steve.
That's pretty good.
That was
we're
pretty
still
good.
there. Nothing has changed in terms of the assumptions.
Mm-hmm. It was never cleared up.
In fact, if anything,
What wasn't cleared up? I'm lost now.
everyone thinks Samson is gay, and nobody knows.
Oh!
And I'm not even sure whether Samson knows.
Knows what?
This whole
You know.
time, Samson was just
The thing you don't
bi. Jokes on everyone, Samson's actually a sapiosexual.
Huh?
Yeah, that sounds like the response. I'll be right back, I need a pee break.
How's Samson feeling?
Finky.
And go take a shower.
No, I said finky, not stinky.
Oh.
You earless bitch.
My statement doesn't change. The shower's good for thinking. Go take one.
She's right.
Alright, I'm back. So anyway, as Zanzibar was saying, it occurred to me you never really thought much about Eve. You want to use an earring to limit what magic could be afflicted to you, and then what magic by proxy you'd be able to do. the opposite effect could also be true.
Well, I guess it's gonna have to be a certain amount of Eve, wouldn't it? I tried your big old tower and sure it overjuiced it, but I still couldn't do it more than once.
Like I've said, I'm no scientist, but I do understand the arcane. It is possible that the effect didn't change much because your body wasn't used to it. And again, I don't exactly know what the effects of dosing a living being with Eve on a regular basis would do. It could have incredibly negative effects, or it could create something wonderfully new. Of course, I actually like you, so experimenting on you is... well, I'd rather not kill you. And to be fair, I usually don't experiment on living things anyway. Or dead things. I kill things, but I don't do anything with the corpses. That'd just be silly. Also wrong.
Ah.
And Zanzibar is just sitting on his bed, giving Snowdrop many, many head scratches and belly scratches. Basically, whatever way Snowdrop wiggles and worms for Zanzibar to what area Zanzibar should scratch next, he just is by thought. And the other hand's busy just stroking his chin, and he's just big think. Big think, big brain.
Because Snowdrop is under Zanzibar, I saw the demand snackies as Zanzibar, and I'm like, dude, what the hell?
The what? No, seriously, what did you say?
No, cause Shay sent to demand snackies as Snowdrop, but Snowdrop was underneath Zanzibar, so it looked like Zanzibar said demands snackies.
Demands snackies. Wait, when you type in chat, is it appearing under the tokens?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
It also recenters the screen around the text box, so now I'm zoomed in on Zanzibar's ugly mug.
Get on.
Instead of the cute girls downstairs.
It's not that ugly.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Compared to Nim?
Well, compared to Nim, he's an old man. Zanzibar. Demand snackies. The Samson has big thoughts and thunks.
Well, here's that we're at some sort of impasse, but this is definitely giving me more to think about. Well, I think for the time being, I don't want to mess with any more Adam and Eve because between you and me, I've missed my hair for the past few hours. I don't want to try and lose it again. But
Zanzibar will just interrupt you. Hey, Samson. What would it take for me to get a vial of your blood? As he's just staring off into space.
And Samson will roll up his sleeve, the container to put it in.
Bruh, don't give your blood so easily.
Man, he'll give blood but won't take off his shirt.
Also,
Yeah, what the fuck?
you do aware I'm not looking. The things don't tend to happen when I see my own blood.
Oh, please. You really think you're a threat to me?
No, I just don't like getting like that.
Well,
In fact,
then...
especially around you, because who knows if Angry Samson knows how to stop.
It's one
if it's
whole
not-
person.
And if it's not you, it could be him, and it'll point to Mr. Golem, or it could be them, and it'll point to the
Sentences
rug.
that totally aren't gonna freak him out.
What do you think I'm going to do? Slice your arm open and drain it like I'm trying to exhume your entire circulatory system?
No, but I just don't like seeing my own blood.
You're not going to! As he just grabs your arm and snaps his fingers, and a syringe drops into his hands. It's called a syringe!
Is it a clear plastic syringe?
No!
Okay, because that would have been really funny. It's like, if it was, like, transparent.
You won't see it, you'll just feel
I mean,
a
it
sharp
is-
object go into your...
It is transparent. It's one of the old-timey metal and glass syringes.
Yeah, so it's like,
Looks a little medieval, honestly.
Zanzibar can see into that thing.
So close your eyes. You have eyelids, don't you? And besides, I highly doubt that if it's in a vial 5 feet from your body, you're going to associate it and be like, ooh, my blood, greggle, greggle. Close your eyes and don't bite your tongue.
Okay.
And Zanzibar will straighten out your arm, take the syringe, and not forcefully, but he will stick your arm with the necessary required force.
Damn, I'm gonna, like, tie anything around my forearm first?
No, we go medieval.
What you motherfucker.
He's using after he has your arm up, he's using his other hand to constrict your blood. He's just squeezing that damn bicep with the necessary required force.
I'm sorry, I just imagined him, like, holding the arm with one hand and just having his free hand, and he just opens and closes it, and his grab hand is, like, inflating like one of those blood pressure things. Like,
What is it, Zamar? The mask now?
I mean, nothing's stopping him from doing that. If you just made Zanzibar's antics like he was a fucking Saturday morning cartoon character, I think it would totally fit.
Less Saturday morning cartoon, I would say more rubber hose animation.
Yeah, that's like a fucking either an old like rubber hose Popeyes animation or like fucking some Animaniac shit.
But after like a minute or two, you'll just hear Zanzibar go, alright, there we go.
Phew.
Keep pressure on that.
Okay. And Simpson will
Peek.
pull out one of the pieces of cloth that he still has and just make like a makeshift little, would it be a tourniquet?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just general bandage if you just want to call it that.
Yeah, something like that. Do you think you could make me up some way to try and control myself when I'm like that?
Huh? Probably not. Sounds like it's in your kooky little head. could just have it work to your advantage.
Well, how so?
Berserkers and barbarians have rage states all the time.
Does it make them shoot any better?
I'm sure if you gave them a gun and taught them how to use it, it would. There's no real difference between shooting a gun and taking a great axe and putting it between somebody's skull plates. It's kind of the same thing. A dead body's a dead body.
So what you're saying is Nim could shoot a gun as good as she can lift a great axe.
Well, she could levitate anything if she's angry enough.
Is it weird? I kind of want to see that.
Are you kidding me? I'd love to see her dual levitate some great axes and just whip them around. That'd be chaos and carnage.
Yeah. No, I just imagine Snowdrop in Terran just being like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
And then we turn to Snowdrop and we're just like, you're right.
Zanzibar just looks at Snowdrop in Terran. Cállate la boca, papi chulo.
Terran Spanish now?
The elemental language of the earth. Bum 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 bum
Ay,
bum.
Dios mío.
Ay, Dios mío.
Sorry.
Man, if only I could speak.
Imagining the Zord speaking Spanish.
Hey, Pablo, did you see what was happening in the desert? Man, I know that Civil War was killer, bro. Oh, I'm imagining all the sword.
Snowdrop loves it.
I've been imagining all the sword with, like mariachi mustaches now. Just right under the eyeball.
Oh, you hear the church bell alarm?
Huh? No, that's just the sound my grandfather clock makes. And pretty much every single chime alarm that exists everywhere at all.
You're a Japanese school bell.
But yeah, Zanzibar has his vial of blood. His vial of blood!
I'll try and work on that. As Samson, hair is back to normal.
And arm has a hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
Until he wild searches and loses his hair again.
Or turns into a pot plant.
Or casts fireball on himself.
I go through the wall because I'm cool.
Yeah. Actually, no. Before Samson left, he would pick up Snowdrop and be petting him, like, as he, like, has him in his arms.
He bites your tassels.
Hey,
So I guess we can pick this up verbally now. So, yeah.
You're supposed to sharpen them.
Well, generally, if you want them to function,
What
you
weapon
carry
is she-
daggers around, don't you?
Yeah, and I assume Nim pulls out these like unsharpened daggers because she's had these for like a while.
Yellow takes them, looks at them,
I'm-
frowns,
I'm
and
trying
starts
to
sharpening them.
I'm trying to figure out what martial weapons Nim could have that possibly aren't sharp.
Well, Nim's never taken care of her weapons.
Yeah, but I can't imagine Nim's ever used any of her fucking weapons either. Knives
Yeah,
don't
they
exactly go
don't.
blunt from age. Unless they're corroded and rusted.
Nip.
Kel's like, Kel is just like laser focused speed sharpening your daggers until they're like, the tips are like shining. Yeah,
Oh,
she
they
holds
look
it up.
brand new. Oh, hey, Samson. What you doing?
Are Samson's bandages visible?
Yeah, because he still has his, like, sleeve rolled up.
What happened?
Oh, Zanzibar took a sample of my blood for some experimentation purposes.
What?
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 Boy wants to do magic. I'm starting to wonder if it really is impossible. Or would you...
I just imagine Hyala and Nim are looking at each other.
What? Would you rather I just start sticking things into his body and see what goes pop?
I mean,
Hold on, I
you technically already did. He's gonna rub the bandit.
And Zanzibar, without saying a word, is just gonna look away from what he's doing at you. And just, like, slow blink. Just that deadpan, like, blink, blink face. What? I used a sterile syringe. It's not like I hurt him. It's a little poke. It's like if you ever went to a doctor. Nam, you're probably the only one here who knows what a doctor is.
I didn't end up like that.
I think I know what a doctor is. I've been paying one for the past 6 years.
And Zanzibar just lifts his head up again and looks towards you and just blinks. Sarcasm.
Bless you.
Hyala's like death gripping her sharpening stone.
For whetstone.
Sure.
Kate,
Why
What
is she
happened to
death gripping her sharpening stone?
She's pissed.
About the blood?
Samson, oi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone hurt baby. Even if not actually baby.
Oh, Zanzibar's not the one she's mad at.
It's Samson.
Yeah, no, she's avoiding looking at you right now.
And Nim's like, Cake. What happened
yeah.
to it?
Honestly, I just thought you dated by now.
You guys went to bed.
No, I was making that today. You thought we were going to make a 7-tier cake at 8 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
A cake of 7 tiers is at least going to take, what, 6, maybe 8 hours? That's a lot of
I
cake!
made one. I just ordered them.
Oh, you prissy little... And he just, like, stops and he goes back looking down at what he's doing.
Oh, that reminds me. Samson's gonna take a stool at the bench and start disassembling and cleaning out his guns.
Kelly gets up and goes over here.
Whoa! Damn! Towards Zanzibar! He really fucked up.
Yeah, she has to ask the thing.
I don't remember the thing. But
I
I'll
have to
find out.
flavor my level up.
The what?
I get 2 languages as a level up, and I was gonna, like, actually have her have a reason for suddenly knowing 2 more languages.
So she walks up to Zanzibar, and he just, like, just stops moving his hands. He just slowly looks up at her with this look of just like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, he could figure that out. He can actively read our thoughts and minds.
True.
Nims is just like,
And it never came up, but he doesn't like doing that unless he absolutely has to.
Damn, he's got more morals than Nim.
Nim has like 3. What do you want from me?
Well,
3 morals?
More. have more than like the most villainous villain to be.
He has one. He does what he wants when he wants.
Exactly. If he needs to read somebody's mind, he will. But he knows that if he does, and people find out, then it becomes, oh, how could you do that? It's an invasion of my privacy. Blah, 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 blah. And he just figures it's too much of a hassle. If he doesn't have a reason to do it, he won't do it. Plus, honestly, to him, reading somebody's mind is boring because then you eliminate any reason to actually talk to them.
Unless they're not thinking about what they're saying at all and just say it.
Hello.
How's it going?
But yeah, no, he looks up at Hyun and is like, can I help you?
Get the fucking blood away, and she throws it against the window.
Yeet. Let's make Samson look at it.
Oh, that'd be great! Alright, let's go! Name you and
That'll make
Samson!
sparring more interesting.
Name you and Samson, round 4. Hey, Samson.
No.
Oh, that'd be such a devious link! You two are just about to fight, and he's like, alright, Samson, let me coach you with something. Hey,
Man.
Samson, by the way, look at this vial. And Samson just stares at it. He starts going Super Saiyan. It's like, alright, fight!
We need to find Nim's, like, anger switch.
No!
That makes her just want to kill us so that we can spar.
Sugar starve! Sugar starve! Sugar starve!
If I have to play an angry character that's not just like calmly angry, I will get so tired.
Yeah, but like she could just be calmly, angrily blowing us up.
Sleep.
Oh man,
It does
Nim-
not put me to sleep, it just makes me sleepy.
Well,
Also, it's
Who
10 o'clock.
sleeps in this day and age? What person goes to bed, closes their eyes, and then goes in that REM state?
Me.
Me?
me.
Yeah, well, not everyone's like you guys, okay?
I think most people are.
Who man?
In fact, 3 out of every 4 people.
Yeah, 75% of the
That's
species
not a lot of people.
population.
Oof. Anyways, Kiela does the thing.
What is the thing?
She's like, I was wondering, we're meant to be going up against deities.
Uh-huh.
I figured it might be of benefit if I could speak the language they speak.
Celestial?
She nods.
No, primordial, I'm kidding.
I mean, technically getting that too with Terran, so...
Yeah.
The logic's sound, and forgive what is probably a bad question to ask, but you're coming to me for this?
Can't go to them, now can I?
Does one of them know it? And she, like, uses her tail to gesture at the others.
Duolingo
No,
doesn't exist
but
here.
at the end of the day, I'm me, and you're you.
That's how people work.
This does this as he just like puts his
Hashtag
finger
deep.
between the two of them and just moves it back and forth. This is unprecedented territory.
So is that a yes?
Shut up,
You're
Nim.
not
You're
in
not
the
in the
scene.
scene.
Deal with Samson so I don't have to.
How could you let Zanzibar do
Snow
anything?
drop.
I'm really interested in what exactly she's so mad about. Because I feel like
Seems
I
to be
missed
stupid.
something.
What? Us being curious at what Kiela's feeling and why?
No!
There's no way that's ever not gonna get resolved.
Nim
You know-
whispers something to Snowdrop, and Snowdrop will tickle Samson.
You know what? Even though I like to ask a lot of questions, maybe this isn't the best time. Yes, I can help you learn to read, write, speak, incant, enchant, runic, and basically every other literary form spoken or written that involves Celestial.
Very well.
Do we shake hands on this now, or?
No, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Hyal's just like, I see no need for such a thing. I'm learning this for your war.
Forehead.
Hey, it's a war I'm starting to save all of you.
Your war.
See, now that's the Hyal I have come to know and respect. Well, no. This I respect.
Just tell me how to say fuck off in Celestial.
Oh, why would I ever tell you that? It would be the only thing I ever hear.
Why would I speak to you in Celestial?
I would imagine if you knew how to curse in every single language in existence, you'd probably do it. Although not using your mouth, you'd just use your mind. And it just gives you a very, like, look.
It's fun to do.
And?
Shut up, Nim. You're not in the scene.
I'm in every scene. What do you mean?
That's a lie.
And then Nim appears in every scene prior.
And every time there's an emotional talk, Nim will suddenly teleport in and be part of it, leading the conversation.
Just like the Saturday campaign.
All I heard under Eddie Tucker's like, wait, no!
Guess we gotta redo all of them.
Alright, so who's learning Vortex Warp to do that to Nim?
No, I'm gonna learn it.
Alright, you learn it.
Yeah,
Point
that's
being,
it.
I'll
Dragon
teach
Ball
you
Z.
the functional stuff. How about that?
All or
Teaching you how to order apples from the market in Celestial isn't going to exactly be worthwhile. But
You never know.
What?
Anything you don't want to teach directly, just find a source for me to read, and I can study the rest on my own.
Oh, don't worry. I can find time to teach you. It'll be okay. We'll spend so much time together.
But we just got Yellow back.
Hyal's just kind of blankly staring.
Disgusting. I'm kidding.
No completely blank expression. She's just like, uh-huh.
Don't forget, you still gotta teach me Firemancy. They're wrong on purpose. I said it wrong. Nim said I said it wrong on purpose. It says it wrong on accident. Clarify.
Y'all ain't in this scene.
We're right there!
Yeah, I mean, they're close enough to chime in if they actually have to chime in.
You know what? You're not in this scene!
What?
Unzanzi's your Zanzibar.
On Zanzibar's your trial?
Hi, everybody!
I'm Mr. Skippy.
Oh no! I'm allergic to peanut butter!
Oh no! Stop that!
If only there was someone here that could heal him up, but I'm Mr. Zippy.
Yeah, shut up. Someone's having a problem. What do we do?
I'm Mr. Zippy.
Mr. Zippy, teach me Celestial.
Well, you see, Ingle Bingle Bangle Boggle Bingle Gonkle Bonkle Bingle.
Wow, Celestial makes them sound like a bunch of dumbasses.
That's 'cause they are. So it's 10:07. That is ending time. Yes.
No, we started an hour late. We go an hour late.
I mean, if you guys are fine, I'm also fine.
I'm also fine.
I'm also fine.
Also
I'm
fine for what?
Also fine.
What are we also fine for?
Continuing.
Continuity.
Not that. We just sent Nim back into previous scenes. There's no more
Because we're
continuity.
adjusting continuity doesn't mean it's not continuity.
Look at me messing with timelines and motions.
Yay.
We could do.
Fair
And
enough. We'll offer a compromise, because I'm kind of tired. And my lips are getting quite dry. We'll go to 10:30.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Cool.
My firemancy.
I am a robot.
No.
Everyone is a robot.
Whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just-
And a robot.
I hear Stop.
Maybe we won't be able to continue since everyone is a robot.
We are at the robot party.
Yay. Not much changes for y'all.
We are the butt ugly Martians.
My pre-programming told me not to tell you my backstory. Yeah, no, everyone is fine.
I am pre-programmed.
Oh god, it's getting worse!
And
Oh, it's getting so worse! Oh my god! He's aboard!
Well, Kella knows Celestial now.
others.
She has to learn it.
Others.
Nim comes
I
over to
mean-
Yala.
Technically, she learned it when we leveled up.
True. Nim's crying at Yala.
What?
Why aren't I in every
The
scene?
crying face. This is the crying face.
Well then what the hell
Oh
is
no,
that
Nim's
face?
crying. Oh no, Nim's crying in public.
Yeah, no, Nim's not actually crying. That one's just like a cute blank face.
It really just looks like two W's in a pyramid.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a blink or some shizzle. My point is,
Yeah.
I forget. Is like is the yellow bear egg like in its container? Is it like completely covered with something?
A cloche, yeah.
Oh, okay.
A glass cloche.
Damn. Okay.
Why?
then- Oh, because the Simpsons. As Simpson's like cleaning out his guns and putting them all on the table, he's gonna like rub his hand on the glass thing. Be like, "In due time, little buddy. In due time."
Oh yeah? How much time?
This is day 4, so that means after, so 3 more days after this one.
I thought it was 6.
No, because it got back on the day Yella left.
No, not day 6. I thought the maximum was 6. If this is day 4, then it should be 2.
Oh, I thought it was 7. Yeah, I thought when Death brought it, she's like, yeah, it'll be a week.
I don't know, but now we have to check the recording. Looks like you've got homework.
Hell no.
I'll check my notes just after the session.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Copying other people's notes, just like how I got through every other class.
We.
What does Zantac say about Nim's pyromancy? Firemancy.
you want a 7-tiered cake, and you want to practice pyromancy.
Yes.
Well, you have a cake to start making.
I have to make it.
Of course. What do I look like, your servant?
You look like someone who told her he would give her a cake, and is now
Yeah,
being like,
not what-
just kidding, go make your own cake, which she could have done at any point. In fact,
No.
she did. She made a whole bunch of mini cakes 2 days ago.
And she
I
ate
already
them too.
made cake. It's your turn.
I said you can have cake. We're going to make it together. Which was literally always the plan.
He should be more transparent about his plans.
Yeah, so I can say. I can get
I
out
don't
of
think that will happen. Unless
What
it's
if-
to Samson. He's transparent about everything to Samson.
What if?
Samson asks
Sam-
questions.
Yeah, and then he also says, don't go tell the other party members.
That's only about certain things.
Those are still things.
That doesn't mean it's everything.
Yeah, I didn't say it was everything.
What if you go have Samson help you so he can learn the difference between cooking and baking?
I know the difference.
No, you don't. Why
That's
don't
a-
you?
That's a great idea, and then Samson can have the cake that he helped to make.
Okay.
Sorry, I almost said words.
You should have said words.
No, they were not nice words.
Words are funny.
7-tiered rum cake.
Hey Samson, you like rum cake?
I like one of those things. But I'll try the other.
Ah, so you'll try the cake. Got it.
Yeah.
And then the rum's for Nim.
What?
Then no one's happy.
Yay.
Yay.
And I'll trade you my cake for your rum.
Deal.
Alright, Samson, you make the rum and we'll make the cake.
You got sugar?
Maybe? Sorry, I was looking at something. Alright, I'm not looking at something anymore. Go away, something. Bye-bye, something.
Bye-bye, something.
What? Why are you in the wall? Who said you could be in there? Where are you going?
She was gonna go outside, because they're all talking about cake.
Oh. Besides, if you help me make the cake, then you get to add as much sugar as you want. If I make the cake, I'm going to make
as much sugar as I
cake.
want. They won't eat it.
It won't be a cake anymore, it will be a pile of sugar.
Sculpted into a cake.
But if I make the cake, it's going to have a normal amount of sugar, and that won't rot your teeth out, and then it won't be as enjoyable for you, you little sugar gremlin.
Cake is cake.
I thought he was going to say you little shit.
You little shit!
Cake is cake at the end of the day. Even bad cake is cake.
And I'll just look at Samson. Why do I have an undying urge to want to just serve her 7 layers of burnt charcoal?
I know someone who'd eat that, but after session. So, firemancy.
Pyromancy.
Close enough.
Please Please try and use the right words.
Nim will.
Once you convince her to.
Make me a cake, you teach me fire.
That's the 14th level one.
Fire.
If I teach you pyromancy, then we probably could use to stand. We could probably stand to have a target.
Hey, Samson, I'm kidding. There's sand. And more sand. Oh, and sand.
Is there any other sand you could think of?
Colored sand. We can color the sand. And then there'd be red sand, blue sand, green sand, orange sand, yellow sand, white sand, black sand, cyan sand.
What is this?
Cyan.
Also known as cyan.
What is this?
Yay.
Minecraft?
Yes.
What's a Minecraft?
No! I'm a block now.
Dedicated wham.
Nim, how much dedicated wham do you believe I have? This obsidian
You're
tower.
having a stroke.
Zanzibar's being a boomer again.
Zanzibar's got his internet culture twisted again.
Did she actually come out?
Oh no, I just thought that.
Okay.
I could see her opening up the door and just walking nonchalantly. Yeah.
She just yells down the stairs, futilely.
Futilely.
And
Futilely.
clean.
Hey Samson,
What are you doing?
you still have a penchant
Yeah?
for getting blown up?
I'm not hitting Samson.
Why?
I was about to say, if we're doing target practice, mind if I get some in too?
Sure. Come on, kiddies. An outward adventure. Time for sun and fun and vitamin D.
But there are no cats here.
What?
He said kitties.
Gala's downstairs, idiot. Samson doesn't actually say that.
Yeah, but Nim says there are no cats here.
He'd never call Nim an idiot directly.
Kale's just like sitting there with her back to the wall and suddenly sees a wall of people walking over and it's like, what?
Hello.
There's no drum.
We
We're
need.
doing target practice.
Yeah, we need
What are
target
you?
practice so Nim can blow things up better.
I see.
I had a brilliant idea. Shala, I think it's time for a sparring match.
Very
No.
well. And she stands up.
And I assume she goes over to Zanzibar.
No, she's just standing in place.
Nim, you should duel Hyala.
Why?
Because target practice.
You can't target practice your friends.
That's why it's called sparring.
She said friends.
You weren't target practice.
You spar with your friends. You don't typically spar with the people you're trying to kill. That's usually how you die.
I almost said I failed to see your point. What good is me sparring with Yala when Yala's really, really fast and could take me down in 2 swings on a bad day?
You just proved my point.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No. Can't blow up what's faster than you. And
Yes,
I
you
haven't
can.
learned any blow up.
You have fireball. What do you think that is? Hydromancy?
Fireballing Hyala.
Kiala, would you
No.
care if Nim... Yeah, see?
What do you mean by that?
He just points over to Hyala, and then he looks over his shoulder at Samson. See? She's all game for it. What is the problem? I don't see why you're...
Fireball your friends on purpose.
So, you're saying to us, out loud, that you don't see a point in sparring with Yala because she's fast enough to... whatever you said on a bad day, but you were more than willing to go several rounds with Samson? Oh, Samson, I think she doesn't have faith in your skill.
First off, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to twist my words.
Of course I am. I'm evil.
Second of all, we made a deal, and I'm never doing that again. It's irrelevant.
When did I make a deal? When did I make a deal
When I
with
say
you?
we, I said, like, pointing to Samson, I said we made a deal.
We did
There were
make a deal.
conditions.
Why would you make such a stupid deal? Never mind, that's beside the point.
You're one
It
to
was
that.
the only way I could get her to do it.
See? They're very good at their jobs. That's why they're not the one looking things. They're solid.
Hyala's gonna be like, Nim, that's why you need to be as well.
That's why I'm learning the pyromancy.
Samson's just
And
gonna
no
go
better way to
by.
practice.
Samson's just
So
gonna...
I'm well-rounded from behind you guys.
Zanzibar's just gonna go behind Samson and whisper in his ear, "Help me out and get them to spar, and I'll owe you one."
I'll give you a gun.
Samson's looking up at Zanzibar. And I don't know if Zanzibar has ever seen this, but Samson just looks at him with his own most devilish style, like smile.
I could just see... I'm just seeing, like, Samson, but with Zanzibar's teeth and smile. Just like he's got sharp teeth.
Oh god, he's so far in his head, they're starting to share a skull split.
Pretty soon, Samson's gonna get taller than Yala for no apparent reason.
I don't want a spar. What point is it? It's not helpful to you.
But it is, though.
How? Cal already knows about magic.
Yeah, but she doesn't know about all of your magic.
Ask.
Show.
Nim,
No.
you're learning all these new techniques, but if you don't utilize them in practice before things get dire, then it's the same as just having read a book on it.
What do you think I did before I came here?
Read books on things.
Yes.
My point is, once you started applying those things, you got better at them. The only way to learn a practical skill is to engage it in the situations in which it would come up.
Most practical skills don't have the chance to have immediate drawbacks.
Sure they could. When Granny Zan was teaching you how to cook, you could have easily just blown up her kitchen.
I did several times.
And
That's-
look at you now.
That's why.
Yeah. I assure you, you won't kill me.
Be
Yeah.
really funny if she
I know
killed
how
her.
to. I know how to tell when I can't take another hit, and I will ask for you to stop.
That's what Samson said too, and then he just drops.
I never said that. Mainly because I know I would never say that.
I said, let me know when you're getting hurt.
And I never agreed to that.
But
Besides, I did let you know when I got hurt. I said ow like 5 times.
Saying ow and ow, I don't want to go on this fight anymore, not the same.
Because I did want to keep going on with this thing. I've said it
Why?
before, and I'll say this. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Man, we really need to figure out what the heck magic is really capable of, and the closest ways to learn are either you or him.
Hello!
And then in my mind, like, Zanzibar does, like, one of those Saitama punches, just, like, in the direction he's facing, and just blows, like, a fucking cavern into the sand.
You all have to understand that my magic is the most inconsistent form of magic. There just is.
And you don't think that trying to use it would help you get more consistent with it?
That's kind of not how this works. In
Except-
my very specific case.
Counterpoint from the person that is the progenitor of your type of magic. This is in fact exactly what you've been working on. Hence why you're constantly cold now. I don't know, I think I could kind of
I want
speak
it
to
to
that.
cold because I'm heartless, dark like the night, but I won't.
Ha! Cringe!
Yeah, that was the entire point.
I know, that's why I followed up with the joke.
Kim's gonna start calling herself Lucian Blooddagger.
yay! The true origin story.
The true origin story.
We found it.
Either that or... Either
I have
that...
connected the dots.
Either
You
that or
haven't connected
Nimlin
anything.
Dementia
I
Von...
have connected them.
Either that or she starts calling herself Nimlin Dementia Von Ravenway.
Whoa.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Anyways.
I feel like Jade got the reference.
Of course I did.
Woo!
But yeah, Hyala's gonna grab Nim's hand.
It's cold.
Okay.
I
just remember
want
it
you
grabs him and I was
to
like, whoa.
blast me.
She might have. Listen. I swear to you that I won't get killed by your magic. And if I do, you can, you know, kill me. She's making a joke.
Please tell me Yella shoots a smile at that.
At Nim, yeah.
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
all I can
Like, just enough to make it obvious it's a joke. But not more.
all I can hear and see is Hyala trying to smile, but it's like when Mandy from Billy and Mandy tried to smile, just hear.
No, that was the first time.
That hits.
Roll for damage. 4,610 emotional damage. Emotional damage!
Emotional damage.
But
You
yeah,
have
she's
to
like,
use emotional damage in order to allow them to understand you are serious. I love
so what do you
Stephen
say? Do you trust me?
No.
Yeun. No! And then Nim walks away.
Oh my god!
Nim, you're the only one I trust.
Wait,
What happened?
that was above Samson. What
I right-clicked it and I hit apply double damage.
Damn.
Because I thought it'd be funny and I wanted
Did
to
it
see how
actually
went.
take away?
It did 9,000 damage. It
Yep,
sent me to
no.
0.
But did it take... Oh, it took it from you?
Yeah, because I'm the
Wait,
one who
why?
I
picked
can
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yay! Can I take my own damage? Cool. Well, the party's gone.
Nim passes out in your arms.
That's...
So it applied damage to everyone else and healed Zanzibar.
Anywho's. Do you trust Yala?
Yes, yes, yes.
The answer should.
Well then,
I don't know
I'll
why.
allow you to make the rules for this.
And do
But
the same rules we did yesterday.
I don't trust myself. That's the problem.
And then
I don't think anything you can do would kill me so quickly I can't say to stop.
That depends how much health you got.
Plenty.
more than you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's obvious.
And Samson will step in. You're like,
Of course you will.
what?
Cut into their dance.
Yeah, we're having a moment. I'm kidding.
And you don't want to have those with Nim, so quit.
I said I'm kidding.
Woo!
Nim,
Emotional damage.
and it's understandable that you're not really too sure about what you can do with all the wild and crazy things that happen, but I think I can speak for both of us when I say that we trust you enough to know that we'll be fine. That's why you were the one I went to in the first place, and I think that's why Yala's coming to you for it now.
I like how everyone's pretending like this is for Hyala, and Hyala's like, no, I'm doing this so Nim can practice her new magic.
Like I
I
said.
will do it. Hold on, give me a sec. Nim feels pressured.
Under pressure. Wait.
Magic.
Surface
Use
pressure.
it on someone eventually.
Yeah, but why does it have to be someone as huge as Yala or Samson?
Tick, 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 till she wild
Did Nim
surges.
say that?
Whoa.
No.
Magic like a tick, tick,
I
tick.
think that would be the
till it's
biggest
ready to
insult.
blow.
You're too pretty to hit with something.
I can disprove that.
Yala just starts peeling off her fur. See?
Quarterstaff, bap.
Not pretty.
Nim, 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 no.
Nim, 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 nim.
How exactly is the sparring thing supposed to go? Like, am I gonna be learning in the middle of this fight or what?
Yes. For the things that kind of require a fire spell to be cast, your attack roll would be the same thing.
Woo.
Alright, but you gotta make me a cake.
You know what? I'll sacrifice watching you two rip each other apart in a sparring match to go get the ingredients to make the cake.
Rip apart, what? Hold on.
And I'll let you know how it goes.
I mean, to be fair, I could just watch it through your eyes, but shh.
I'll make sure to keep a good eye on things then.
Fair enough.
Samson goes into the whole thing trying not to blink.
Well, I'm gonna go bum ingredients off of Zam. Bye, everybody!
Tell her we say hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Blink!
And then Samson's going to think really hard to Zanzibar. So, we still doing a favor?
Yes, I'm going to owe you one. So long as she can, so long as she spars and actually tries.
You guys are lucky. I flipped that coin for Nim to start crying or not.
Besides, Samson, you see what I'm trying to do, right?
Not always, but I trust you enough.
Samson, you're
At
all
least go with it.
Samson, you're all fighting a war. at some point, it's almost impossible that she's not going to be blowing away people.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Theoretically, yes. But she is a prime mortalis. At some point in her life, she was either going to have to blow somebody away or get killed herself.
Is Kiala still holding Nim's hand?
Has she, like, actually formally agreed?
Technically, no.
It looked like Nim danced around.
Oh,
For, like,
no, that was just me. That was just me, because I like to watch the character.
Schmoove.
It is nice watching it smooth.
Yeah, so, Nim and Lum is gonna give Kiala's hand a gentle squeeze, which probably doesn't feel like much. Because Nim is very weak.
Kala gives gentle squeeze back.
Aw, they're so cute together.
And then she's gonna be like, do you promise? If I hurt you, you'll stop?
Of course. And she's just gonna be like, and you'll do the same? And she, like, pulls out her rapier and starts wrapping it.
So I don't smack you and it hurt?
Yeah, no, she's like, she's just wrapping it in some kind of fabric-y stuff. Yeah, so it's just, she's basically gonna pillow fight Nim to death with a rapier.
While Nim
Why don't you
blasts
just have
her.
an actual pillow?
Well, Nim
Why don't you
blasts.
just keep it in the sheath? Way more than being stabbed.
I said, why
Part
don't
of
you
me
just
wants to have
actual
Kiala answer that question with an example.
Why not grab an actual pillow?
If she was less mad at Samson, she would have just been like, oh, this is why, and whacked him with the sheath as hard as she can. Be like, see, it still hurts.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna... And then he'd be like, I'm used to that.
But no, instead she ignores him. So, what were these rules from before?
Well, that was kind of a Samson-specific case.
I see. So shall we simply start? And she holds out her rapier.
What? What?
Oh, Samson was gonna start talking, and then I assumed Tiala would just do something else.
Well, no,
Completely
yeah,
ignore
she...
it.
When Nim was like, well, those were Samson-specific rules, Tiala, like, puts her sword in, like, a on-guard position, and is like, shall we just begin, then?
Hold on, I gotta step away. And magic up.
Up
Magic.
your
And I was
butt,
like, don't hit
caster.
me too hard. All of that was in character. Please
Oh.
do not hit him too hard.
Kiala's like, we'll see.
What do you mean?
If you don't sense there's any danger, how can I be sure you're fighting as hard as you can?
My armor class is 13, my guy. There's danger everywhere.
Yeah, before you cast your funny magic.
Yeah, that's...
Most of the time-
She's trying to make sure that Nim is going to do the funny big magic-ies.
For fire.
It's 13.
help. I have the hiccup.
How do I help?
Hiccupant.
Woogie woogie, bye bye hiccup.
Just
Awesome.
take a knife to it.
Okay.
No! No!
Oh.
No, be hurt.
Oh.
No. Wild Sergeant?
Yeah, we're still fine.
And since we're over the time that I said we'd stop at, Nim will just hear, "Oh, Nim, don't hit the tower with your magic.
Why do we keep fighting next to this thing?
Because it would take too much time to walk away."
Both of us can teleport.
Does Yella teleport or just run really fast?
I think she means turn Zanzibar.
No flight.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Also, Nim can teleport other people with dimension
Yeah.
door.
Just
It hasn't been a problem. Except I
That's
can't do
one
that
left.
today.
we've
There's
gone
one less
further
left.
for less.
Yeah.
True.
That is
Why do we keep doing this?
because I don't have another map set up.
What did we fight the golem on? Is this the same map?
That one ended up getting all fucked up and corrupted.
We could like fight
It-
over here, like in these like
Yeah.
wide empty spaces,
Exactly.
instead of like meters from the
All
tower.
in the
Yeah,
wall.
that's kind of what he's pointing out.
There's more space up front if we.
But yeah, no, the
change
other
doors.
map did not survive the switch over from Roll20. It got all fucked up or some shit with the layers, and I had to get rid of it.
Players.
And because I never planned for y'all to be sparring in the first place. But it worked so well for the Nim and Samson fight. I was just like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? If it works, it works.
It would be a lot more work if Nim accidentally hits this tower.
There's more space in the front.
That is true.
Want to move down here, fam?
I mean, Yella will follow Nim wherever Nim tells her to go.
Down here.
Yo, by Jade's door.
Cause she go down there.
No.
Go down there.
No, it's over here. Go.
I feel
Go,
like if Nim,
yo.
I feel like if Nim did that, Yala couldn't bring herself to like even hit her.
Huh?
Are you having a stroke?
Yes.
Yes. Ooh.
Yes, Ubu.
I am having a stroke.
I am having a
Can you hear how my
stroke.
words are swelling?
Oh no.
Can you hear how my words are swelling, Ubu?
We-
Alright, we good to pause here, and then we'll start up on the fantastic Yala and Nim Smackdown Showdown.
Woo!
Fantastic. Nim might cry. I fail to see how this is up.
Do you fail
Alright.
to see it or just Nim?
Nim.
Okay.
Ah. So,
No,
we're...
I get Jade's logic behind it. It's sound logic. It's just Nim doesn't want to hit you fuckers.
We're saying hit us. It's fine.
You and your big armor classes, yeah.
Big health pools.
Yeah.
Alright, goodbye, everybody.
Woo!
Total.
You also have a good health like armor class when you cast mage armor.
That is true.
Yeah, but okay, most of the time,